Hi, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure for me to deliver my paper presentation in this conference. My name is Ukhti Nantika. I'm a master's student of Educational Psychology Study Program, School of Postgraduate Studies, Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia. I finished my bachelor degree in English Language Education Study Program, and it haunts me a lot to discover language learning. So in this study, I tried to explore international students' perspective on foreign language classroom anxiety. Language skills determine student success in classroom interaction. Students with high language proficiency is more likely to have better academic performance. Conversely, language deficiency or language gap has a significant potency to lead students to academic failure. The language gap problem was also found among international students in UPI. It is a complex challenge in classroom interaction where Bahasa Indonesia is used as the language of instruction. Gap after gap is faced by international students. Located in West Java, not only Bahasa Indonesia, Sundanese as the local language frequently appears in classroom interaction. Horwitz et al. In 1986 have developed a foreign language classroom anxiety scale or FLCAS that helps researchers to examine the anxiety levels of students in foreign language classroom. Studies on foreign language classroom anxiety in the context of English as a foreign language has reached a sufficient number. The previous related studies have discussed factors, symptoms, impacts, until strategies to deal with foreign language classroom anxiety where students are all non-native speakers. But in UPI, the student is the only non-native speaker and is dealing with local or traditional language. Therefore, this study focuses on Bahasa Indonesia as a foreign language for an international student in UPI. This study aims to explore perspective on foreign language classroom anxiety of an international student in UPI. Within qualitative approach, descriptive narrative was used to discover written and spoken responses from the student. A survey was employed to collect secondary data. Data was collected by doing in-depth interview with one international student who got the highest score in foreign language anxiety survey. Semi-structured interview protocol was constructed as the guideline. The secondary data was collected by using adaptive questionnaire that was developed by Horwitz et al. In 1986. The scale uses 5 points of Likert scale from strongly disagree to strongly agree. The scores ranging from 24 to 120 points. Then the score was categorized into low, moderate, and high level. There were 6 international students participated in the survey. As we can see here, they are taking various study program. We have Indonesian language education student, education administrations, English language education, linguistics, and arts education. And they are coming from various countries, Ukraine, Morocco, Afghanistan, Philippines, and China. The survey also provides information on the causes of foreign language classroom anxiety and the symptoms that is felt and really felt by the international students. These are the top 5 statements from the responses. First, I get upset when I don't understand what the lecturer is correcting. The second, it would bother me to take more classes. And then I usually add hardships during tests. I understand why other international students get so upset over the classes, and I got nervous when the lecturer asked questions which I haven't prepared in advance. And initial, student with the highest score on the survey of anxiety level was interviewed. Having a dream to teach Indonesian language in China and came to Indonesia to study Indonesian language and has many experiences in Indonesia before starting to study in UPI. He first came to Indonesia for an exchange program in 2012. Even before coming to Indonesia, he has been familiar with Indonesian language since he worked as a staff in university and dealt with administrations for Indonesian students studying in China. The Indonesian language proficiency was also strengthened after taking Indonesian language and literature before continuing his study in UP. In answering the questions in in-depth interview, Bahasa Indonesia was frequently appeared. Knowing the background, it seems reasonable to assume N has no serious problem on his study. Turns out, it is not easy to cope with language gap he finds in classroom interactions. He got the highest score, 4.06 out of 5 among the other respondents. What are N's major causes of foreign language classroom anxiety? It was found that there are four major causes. The first is lectures, correction, and explanation. The fact that N felt hard to absorb the most important information, cannot fully understand, and miss some keywords can be categorized as symptoms of stressful situation where he cannot set aside a worry and restlessness for he tried to catch all words and translate it word by word to his first language. This may cause a problem in the cognitive process that leads to lack of concentration, racing, or unwanted thoughts. The process of understanding requires more efforts when it becomes to Sundanese language that frequently appear in class. He needs more steps to translate the Sundanese into Indonesian language before his brain can catch the meaning on his first language. In the interview, he stated, they explained a little bit of theory and continued by stories to elaborate the explanation. It makes me hard to absorb the most important information. I cannot fully understand each word because it is not delivered by my first language. Sometimes keywords are missed and it is hard to catch specific words. And another cause is presentation. This is the another biggest challenge for him. There was a moment when presentation brought end to his most anxious condition. It was when he delivered a presentation and found lecturers or some students were not attentively listened to him. Then some negative thoughts popped up. Am I making myself unclear? Are they not interested in my presentation? Again, racing and unwanted thoughts frequently appear at the moment. The situation sometimes leads end to some physical reaction like faster heartbeat or sweating. The fear of getting left behind, also found as one of the causes. Not only has the fear of getting left behind by the existing classmates, but also another Chinese student that was being compared with him. Even if he has his own target, but being told that someone is faster or better than him somehow gave him pressure. And then, different styles of language. In speaking, N is unconfident to use bahasa because he feels he speaks too formal. He learned more about formal than informal language. But the classroom interaction is not fully connoted in formal language. As he stated, often lectures elaborate the theory with stories or jokes that contain much informal language or strange words that cannot be found in dictionary. Not to mention outside classroom interaction, which is more casual, slang expressions and Sundanese language frequently appear. It is hard for him to keep up with the conversation and he feels people speak faster. In classroom, even formal language is used more frequent and still find himself not sure and not relaxed. Dealing with spontaneous question and answer session, different cultures and systems lead Anne to feel anxious. Based on the results, difficulties to understand lecturers' correction, presentation, the fear of getting left behind, and different styles of language might be significantly related to international students. Therefore, universities, especially technical service unit for international students, should be more aware to assist them in dealing with language gap. It is important to check prospective international students' language proficiency, both international and target language, to make sure they can do basic survival needs to interact in and outside class. Lecturers and other students should be encouraged to respect and give recognition to the presence of international students by using expressions that can be understood by everyone in the classroom. Are the references. On behalf of the others, I would like to express our gratitude to Office of International Education and Relations UP for allowing us to conduct this study and give valuable information. To all UP international students for the willingness to participate in the online survey, and special thanks and sincere gratitude are extended to Anne for the time and stories given in in-depth interview. What I can share to you, I hope you get many benefits from my presentation. Questions and further discussions are welcomed. See you. Have a nice day.